Hey everyone. Hey, welcome to Table Moments Live. Welcome. For those of you who don't know, this is a homies podcast where we talk about anything and everything, but no politics. But I know people are going to bring it up because, man, this political cycle is wild. Wild. And here's the thing, I could grift on it. Like, I used to be very political. And eventually I came to a transition where I realized, like, it just leads to negativity and hate of other people, especially like when you're early on stuff and all the like pushback you get from people because they don't understand where you're coming from. And then they eventually come around and then they're elephant or they're not elephants. Whatever animal has a terrible memory, that's most people. And they act like, oh, they're where you are now, and they don't remember how they treated you before. And so, like, it's interesting. Everyone's like back in Orange Man now, but I remember when it wasn't safe to do so, and I did it anyway. So it's just like, man, everyone, it's safe. It's safe. I was actually thinking about this. I don't know if I want to make a video about it, and I know this is kind of political, but this is actually commentary on the human spirit, I guess. People are afraid. People are naturally afraid. They're scared people. It is scary to take a position that's different from everyone else. Rory Sutherland, a marketer from the UK, Ogilvy Marketing, I think, talks about how people are largely motivated by two things: habit and memetics. Memetics meaning basically what everyone else is doing. And so these are the largest motivators behind people. People do what they've always done, and then they do what other people do. And to stray outside of that is very scary. And a lot of people live lives of fear. And they won't admit it, but that's what's actually happening. And so, like, to go against the grain, to say something that counters what people have known their entire life, which is like in 2016, that's what backing Trump felt like. Um, like everyone shunned you, or they called you stupid or idiot and all that stuff. And then even in 2020, like, yeah, the whole Biden thing was, I'm just saying, I'm talking about people and how they have short memories when it comes to how they really were when you take a position that's counter to what most people would expect. It just is what it is. And, like a lot of people are like, after the whole attempt on his life and after what's going on right now, I guess today with the whole, I don't really care anymore. I was right then. I guess I'm proved right now. No one cares. And I was thinking about making a video explaining this to people who were in a position like I am. Because if you watch anything on Table Moments, if you like the content I make, then you're probably a rebellious spirit. You're someone who likes to push against the grain, maybe a contrarian by heart. And so if that's the case, then you're probably finding yourself in positions where you seemed wrong at the time, but you turned out to be right. And it's easy to be angry and bitter about it because everyone called you crazy or you lost friendships, or, I mean, that's pretty extreme, but I don't know if you guys remember 2016. Like, yeah, things were probably, the worst of it was like 2018, but like 2016 was just like, man, you got a lot of, I don't know. So if you're in that position where you were right and everyone comes around to your side, they won't remember how they treated you. And my position, or at least the advice I would give, is to learn to let it go. It's like, yeah, you're taking these positions you're essentially sacrificing yourself for truth. Because you see something they don't. I remember like people literally making fun of me, just like, oh, you're an idiot, stupid. Even had people, I remember this one instance. I was in a conversation with like a distant cousin among the rest of my family or whatever. And they were just like ridiculing my voting choice in 2016. I was like, and I didn't realize that's what they were doing. And my brother had to explain it to me. He's like, yeah, he's saying you don't really care with your vote, huh? Voting for Trump or whatever. Guess I was right, huh? Like, no one cares though. No one cares. And so what I would say is learn to let it go. Learn to let it go. You're going to be right about things and no one's going to admit it. And it's okay. It's not fair, but it's okay. It's just people are oddly disappointing. And the whole point of this video I wanted to make was to like maybe give a path off of this like anger train that you could easily find yourself in if you're vilified for a decision you've made that's different from everybody else. That's political, but it could be anything really. Like you make a different decision for your life that's counter to people's expectations or the safer path. Like I am not taking the safe path. I know I'm not. And yeah, it can be a little worrisome sometimes, but I don't know. Finding faith in God really helps with that. Now, I always have this like, before I used to take this attitude of like, I could figure anything out. And I used to. And I'm realizing like, it wasn't me. It was the Holy Spirit helping me out. And it's cool. It's cool when you know like God's watching out. And just because things don't work out might mean that it's just not for you. Or it's not for you at that time. And that gives a little sense of peace. But then also knowing that when you know God, nothing seems impossible. So it's a weird sort of confidence that you get, but it's outside of yourself. Like even now, like what I'm doing, I'm selling wallets, right? I'm improving the design. I'm even 3D printing parts, tools to help me make these faster. So like this is my daily wallet right here. The red, I got the metal corners on here. And I started selling these, and I've been getting sales. And the updated design, $10 more than what I used to. Obviously, I add additional features here. So there's an NFC tag, there's reinforced corners and everything. Eventually, I'm going to replace this spring steel that I have in here with shape memory metal. It's a nickel titanium alloy. But essentially, it's like a technology-focused wallet. It's essentially what I'm turning it into. And it's actually kind of working. Now, I still got to figure out this whole marketing spend stuff, but it's working, and I'm actually starting a wallet business. It's crazy. Like everyone, I understand it's a terrible product to sell because it's a one-time thing, and you have to earn customers one at a time. But I mean, if I can make this work, if God can allow me to make this work, it'll. I think it could shift people's perceptions of what is possible, because everyone thinks like you got to do safe things like real estate or stock market trading. It's like, what? No, those are capital intensive things. Or start a laundromat or like an Airbnb. It's just like all these extractive types of businesses instead of creative ones where you're like making something new. And it'd be cool to like actually pull this off just as a testament to like, you know, there are paths you can make that are completely different from what you see on social media, okay? Like any business person online is like start a service business or sell a course. It's like, what if you just like built stuff, like real products, and you made them here in America? I don't know. That'd be really cool. That'd be really cool. And you're profitable, not only profitable, but thriving in your in country. It's like man, I don't know. And then I'm also building software at the same time to help support the logistics of delivering these things. And so now I'm getting into like building my own custom API and stuff. It's so cool. It's so cool. And I don't know. It would be cool to just share that with people and just like, you can make your own path, or at least you can find what path you're supposed to take, which isn't necessarily what everyone else does. So it'd be cool to show that. I mean, like I've been reading Skin in the Game by Nassim Taleb, and there was a line in there where he talks about how, because I'm trying to understand how to tie in ethics, morality with business. And there's a lot of places where it does not mix. It does not mix. Places where actually being in certain types of business compromises your morality. And I'm not going to compromise on that. I will not compromise my faith. I won't do it. Not for money. All right. He says, all right, I'm back from my shower. Yeah, you always take showers late, huh? Or I think you're like overseas, if I remember correctly. But yeah, so there's this line, Nassim Taleb, in this book. He talks about how most people fit their ethics into the profession that they do instead of choosing their profession based on their ethics. And then you start realizing like this is true for most people. Like they justify their morality is justified by what they do. And so you can see the OF model talk about how it's just liberation and I'm helping people, just giving people what they want. Or the banker who talks about I'm providing liquidity. Or the stock market traders working in these giant corporations. Oh, you're from America. All right, I'm confusing you with somebody else then. Oh, man. But yeah, you start realizing like people justify things. Like the mechanic who talks about who scams customers or lightweight scams them because, you know, the margins aren't great and you got to survive and all that stuff. So we're just, I don't know. You start realizing like people justify things to themselves, and then think of themselves as good people without realizing like you're in a type of profession that encourages and rewards immoral immoral behavior. It encourages people to lie. Marketers are a really good example of this. Modern marketing is just lying to people, and it blows my mind that it's just like, oh, that's a great strategy. Like I see this on social media all the time. Like marketers are just like, wow, that was brilliant. You pretended to be like you just made this song by accident, and then like it was the summer jam of 2023, whatever. It's just like in reality, it was well produced, timed by a whole team. There was a whole strategy behind the rollout to pretend like it was just like a random thing that was made accidentally because it does better when, and it's just like we're surrounded by liars. And then and then the worst part is it's admired. It's admired by everyone. And they're like, oh wow, that's great. That's such good strategy. Like the Ryan Garcia thing. This guy goes around getting people to believe all these conspiracy theories and like he's crazy or whatever. He wins his fight and he's like, oh no, I just did it so I could hype up the fight and make money. It's like, you're a liar, dog. Like you just lied to everybody for money. And then he talks about Christ. I'm just like, what are you talking about, bro? It's dude. And then everyone's like, this is genius. It's not genius to lie to people. It's not. Like, I don't know why I have to explain this to people. It's crazy. I wasn't trying to backhand anybody. It's just like, I'm just like, what other broke back Mexicans are there? Oh, got it. Thank you. Yeah, I remember now. It's nice to see you here, dog. But yeah, this is our world. Just a lot of people just scamming each other, lying to everyone. And the thing is, I actually want to conduct a business, honestly, give deep value. So not just make something and then try to extract as much value out of people. Because I literally looked this up today. Like this belief that something is worth what someone's willing to pay is such a flawed axiom. It's genius because you make money. No, how you make money matters. How you make money matters. If you lie, if you cheat, if you manipulate, if you have to compromise whatever morality you have within you for $1, then it wasn't worth it. It might not seem like it because just money's money, but no, money isn't just money. It's not my attitude, at least. Yeah, it's hard. Here's the thing. The businesses that we admire are the ones who leave money on the table, who know they could make money doing something and choose not to. Arizona iced tea, still 99 cents. In and out. I was literally there the other day. I spent $6 and 601 for a meal, a burger and some fries. They could charge more, but they don't. Chick-fil-A, same thing. They could be open on Sundays, but day of rest. Like there are businesses who transcend this love of money. There are. And these are the businesses we tend to admire because they're superior in their service or their product that they're delivering. Despite leaving money on the table, they leave money on the table. And medical field is a lot of people of truth. I don't know about that. It depends. Like the pandemic kind of showed you like doctors don't necessarily like follow the science. They follow their paychecks. Like a lot of them were afraid to be honest about ivermectin. They were afraid to be honest about ventilate. A lot of them made mistakes about ventilators. You making me think $1.50 hot dog, man. I don't know about that. $1.50 hot dog doesn't seem bad. I mean, like, like food costs are like 30%. So, I mean, I'm just saying, like, there are businesses out there. There are even people in professions who are more honest than others. And the fact that we don't make a distinction in the fact, all we care about is that they make money. We don't care about how that money was made. Unless it's criminal, of course. If at some point we find out there was some crime involved or there was, even then people like to excuse it. It's just like, it's just the hustle. I see this on social media where like someone scams other people and it's just like, why are you trying to mess up his hustle, bro? People say that. It's always young dudes. You know it's young dudes. It's always young dudes who are hungry for money. And this is the thing, like, man, you guys want it too bad. And so you're willing to do some things that compromise yourself. You might not feel like it because the only thing that matters is money when you're young and you don't have it. But I don't know. That's my position on it. Oh, Costco, $150. Costco's a really good example. They could charge more, but they don't. They could charge more. Like they have a target, 15% profit. That's what they're looking for. They could charge more, but they don't. They don't. And then they're constantly trying to keep that 15%. So if prices for the goods that they sell drop, they drop the price, even though they can keep extra margin. Even the Costco membership, like they refund the Costco premium membership, or they actually refund the Costco membership if they feel like you're not going to get your money's back or get your money's back through the savings, through the period. So like they literally leave so much money on the table. There's a really good podcast by the Acquired podcast who talks about Costco and their business model. It's revolutionary. And it's also so many advantages that come with the way they run it in warehouses and offering it to businesses and not actually having inventory costs on their books. And they have like payment periods that are like more favorable to their business model. But their position is we want to do right by our customers as best as we can. And our margin is going to be 15%. I think it's a little over 15%, but they have a target and no more. And there's something admirable about that. And people love Costco. Like you can be moral and a good business if you choose to. And so like people take, I think ultimately the lazier path, which is to exploit and scam and steal, lightweight steal. It's not technically stealing if people voluntarily give their money, but I mean, yeah, you go to the mechanic and they're quoting you $1,000 for a job that can be done in like half an hour with a $15 part. Like my brother was in a situation like that. He had a problem with his car window, and I took a look at it, fixed it. The Toyota dealership was quoting him $2,000 to fix what I did with $4 worth of parts. It's crazy. This is what happens. And so not only are we getting like, it's like people are just getting squeezed in all these directions by businesses who just want to make a buck. This is why I don't like this whole, I don't know. I have my personal feelings about it, and I kind of want to do business differently. I'm realizing I'm not good at business at all because I just don't have the disposition for it because I don't care about money like that. I do want to offer a superior product, the best product on the market. And I think I'm getting very close, very, very close. I don't think it's quite there yet, but it's so close. And I recently got a 3D printer, so I'm going to be able to print parts like that. Like I'm building tools. I made this tool specifically so I can put these corners on perfectly every time, so I can speed up the manufacturing, so I can still keep it at a low price. Because part of the reason why businesses sometimes have to charge more, and it's for legitimate reasons, is because the constraints of making stuff. Like if you're gonna make things handmade, whatever, like it's expensive. It's very expensive because it's very time consuming. It's labor intensive. That's why like luxury brands like Hermes, they literally hand make every bag. They have these artisan craft makers who make those those Birkin bags you hear about in the rap. Blow your nose, yeah. I know. I don't want to like mess up the stream, and I don't think I have tissue. But I'll just move away from the thing when I need to sniff really hard. I got to get a little blow, you know. I just woke up from a nap, which I really needed. I didn't get much sleep last night, but yeah. Yeah, so business is interesting. Business is very interesting. How do you do business in the modern world without lying or manipulating? That's my goal here. That's what I'm trying to do. And I think I'll be able to do it. And then I get to, oh man, everything's about like charge people as much as it's like part of this is why things always get expensive. Like, you know, there's all these technological advancements that happen in certain segments of our economy. Technology gets cheaper, electronics get cheaper, but all the other things that we rely on get more expensive. And you start realizing like, oh, it's money savings from one industry are going into paying off another one. So all the efficiencies in food, in supplies, in electronics, in the things that we need day to day, utilities even, well, utilities are kind of stagnant, but go into like housing costs. And so you see like whatever savings we would get from technology get funneled into housing and real estate and the exploitive nature of all that. And so like we never get to have better lives, at least recently. I think this is a recent phenomenon. or like big tech where they promise all these things in the short term, subsidizing the cost of things, changing people's perceptions about what things should cost. They outcompete the legacy players because they're basically subsidizing the cost of everything. And then finally, when all the legacy competitors are out of business, then they raise the price to exploit everybody. And they're like, so they lie to everybody about the affordability of all this stuff. And then they do the whole switcheroo thing. And they do it with a simple change of their terms of service. And it's just like, these people, like, and then now they have control of everything. It's crazy. Opinions on Trump's attempted, I mean, I don't know. I think, I mean, Destiny's position, it's crazy. Now he gets canceled. Like, of all the things this dude said, it's this thing where he like basically craps on the guy who got hit, who actually died that day. I don't know. The whole thing is crazy. I'm not gonna say it's like, it's crazy. It's crazy, but I don't know. It's like all the things, and then I don't know. Some of the obviously it's election season. Everyone's grifting. The grift is real, and everyone's gonna eat off of it as much as they can. People really do anything for attention, and even that's why I hesitate to talk about this stuff, because it's just like I see the grift so plainly, and I've never been one. I try not to grift. I try not to grift. Every now and then I catch myself even just lightweight doing it. I'm just like, I shouldn't post that video, and I just don't. But like, yeah, like the Destiny thing was crazy. It's just like, now y'all mad at him. All the L takes this guy has had, all the like his marriage falls apart because it turns out maybe polyamory and polygamous marriage doesn't work. You know, like shaming people for monogamy and stuff. Like, and then you know he does the podcast circuit, so you know all these people he's debating with are just using him for attention, so they're grifting too. They know he's stupid, or they're equally stupid. And then finally this guy, and then he says this stuff, and then now he gets canceled. It's like, man, man, I don't like any of this. This is the thing that makes me hate social media sometimes. It's just like the stupidity behind all this. I don't know. As far as the attempt on Trump's life, like, it's crazy. Like, this is where we are right now. Like, it's exciting. I'm not gonna lie. Like, when I was really into politics back, like during Trump's first term, like I was explaining to people, this stuff is better than House of Cards. It really is. Now everyone's getting a chance to see it. But if you were really into it, and you knew like all the drama that was happening within the Trump administration, all the back and forth with the Democrats, like the sub layer, the drama that was happening that you didn't see on the news because you were following the right people on Twitter or the right people on whatever, like you saw, it's better than House of Cards, and now people are finally getting to see that. And so like it's exciting, it's entertaining, but at the same time, like Trump ain't gonna save us. We got to save ourselves, and I think that's what the best thing Trump can do is allowing Americans to be free so that we could rescue ourselves or make a better country for ourselves. That's all. They just need to step out the way, and that's I think what Trump did in 2016 really well, at least the first 3 months. So much deregulation and undoing a lot of the executive orders imposed by the Obama administration. It unleashed the economy. That's exactly what happened. And so that's all that needs to be done. And then he could just coast. He really could coast. And that would make him one of the best presidents of American history. That's all they have to do. That's a crazy part. They just have to get out of the way. Let Americans do what they got to do. And that's all it takes. Have you heard, let me see. Have you heard the music genre called Vocaloid? If so, what's your opinions? No, I haven't heard it, but I'll definitely check it out after this stream. I don't know. Do you guys have any opinions on this whole Trump thing? I mean, now that like, I guess the tweet, I don't know. I'm seeing people on Twitter like, you know, this isn't a real Biden's announcement of like running out of the race. I wish he stayed in. If it's real, then that sucks. I think it would have been more interesting if he stayed in. On the other hand, it's like kind of abusive, you know, it's elder abuse. Because like, here's the thing, everyone was saying it in 2020. Like if you were really paying attention, you saw the signs. You saw him fumble at these public speaking events. Everybody, at least all Republicans knew Biden wasn't fit. And the country was gaslit. And then I remember in November after the election, on a call with like some friends of mine, they were like relieved Trump lost in 2020. They were relieved, and I was like, I don't know if I would be so happy about this, but yeah. Now we're here. Now we're here, and part of me wants to shame all these people who voted for Biden stupidly, because this is clearly a bad decision. You voted for a mentally ill person, literally. A few months ago, I posted a video trying to explain to people who recently joined the Table Moments socials, started following it. I think a lot of people got a false impression based on some of the viral videos I posted about who I am and what I'm about. And so I posted a video just to like clarify. It's like, yeah, I'm pretty radical, guys. I know I look safe. I'm not. I just told him like, yeah, I voted for Trump in 2016. I voted for Kanye in 2020. Like, I'm not what you think I am. And then in that video, I also mentioned like, Biden. They told us Biden was supposed to be an upgrade, remember? And then look what we have, just drama in the world, whatever. Turns out that video aged really well. I didn't realize the mental decline would happen so quickly. But I guess it wasn't quick. It's crazy how all this, it's so stupid at this point. This is why I say like no politics, because it devolves into stupidity and anger and just like all this dumb stuff, but whatever. What's TikTok talking about? They're not on yet. Literally, it's 26 minutes with you guys so far. So I guess I should add those guys. You remind me of the song "They Not Like Us." Yeah, dude, that is the perfect anthem for like table moments, I think. Obviously, I'm not claiming other people have like sexual issues or whatever, but they really are not like us, fellas. They aren't. Like, that's why it's like weird. It's so weird. Like people following the account, because like there's no consistency here. There's no genre. There's no niche here. Literally, it's just the conversations, the weird conversations we have, the conversations I get to have on the podcast with guys like Tyler Hacker and all the other people I've gotten a chance to interview. Just some of the ideas I put out here, selling wallets or whatever. We're weird. We're weird. If you like this, you're weird too. And if you like this, you're like me. And it's weird that the accounts are as big as they are, because I think there are enough of us out here which maybe we feel alone among just normies is what I call them. We're not normal. We're not normal. Y'all, the Drake's We Kendrick, man. Yeah. Drake is mainstream. Drake is mainstream. We are not mainstream. Well, Kendrick is kind of mainstream. We're kind of like, if I had to describe it, the first thing I could think of is like JPEG Mafia, but we're not that weird. So I don't know. I have to think about it a little more. But yeah, we're definitely no Drakes. We're not Drakes here. I don't care for celebrities. I don't like the mainstream stuff. I find incredibly boring. They're not interesting, and it doesn't make sense to most people. And I'm like, it's cool, I guess, whatever. But like, I don't know. That's why even like the interviews I've done on the podcast, they're just random people I ran into. Like Tyler Hacker, when I was doing street interviews early last year, he was in the streets of Austin, 6th Street, and we got a chance to interview him. My brother was there with me, and that's how we originally like met. And then I just reached out to the guy like, "Hey, I like your vibe." He pushes the content, so check him out if you're into gaming. We talk about social media. If you haven't seen the episode, published it like 5 days ago. Cool guy. But yeah, it's just a one-on-one convo right now. Yeah, that's cool. I think that's good. I don't know why. I don't know. I think a lot of people get focused on like, it has to be big. It has to be like a lot of people, whatever. It's just like, it always starts off like this. And I cherish the early days. Like, yeah, it might not feel early because I've been doing this for a while, but like, that's what it feels like. And it's okay. I don't know. It's just, here's the thing. People watch the replay. I know, here's the thing. I always make content thinking people will watch this in the future. So like even the first few episodes of the podcast, when there was no social media accounts, there were nothing other than audio that I was posting to a RSS feed, to a podcatcher. Like the idea was I'm going to edit these so that they're timeless, so that anyone can listen to any episode at any time. And I've tried my best to keep that up. And so like I'm not worried about like a lot of people. Here's the thing: some people just like to watch, which is cool. A lot of people on TikTok do that too, and that's cool. Like we're just it's a vibe on a Sunday. That's all it is. All right, we reached the 30-minute mark. I'm really surprised I was able to get 30 minutes. I didn't even prepare anything today. I had some ideas, but let's add the TikTok people. Yeah, I should probably get a stream key, for TikTok, but whatever. Let's go live. And I know I'm later today than I normally am, but man, I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, so I really wanted to make it to church this morning. So I just woke up. Bro, I felt like I'm old because I watched this YouTube that hit 6K and it was just like six people watching his streams. Now he hits 34. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, like for a lot of this stuff, it starts off slow and it's like that for a long time until there's like a inflection point. That's just how it always works. I mean, even with this account, those social media accounts, like that's how it all works. And then this is why I wish people would just like stick with things. I think people don't have the patience, or they're not doing it for the love of the game. So if you do it for the love of the game, then you just do it for the sake of doing it. Because like the fact that anyone interacts with any of the stuff I post is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Because like I get to build a relationship with you guys. Hey everyone, Nick, Carpet, FF2, what's up? What's up? Simulcasting on YouTube and Twitch. Charlotte, what's up? How's it going? How's everyone doing? Tristan. I wonder. Oh man, part of me is like, I can't wait till the election is over because then people will stop grifting. I'm an editor now, so I don't post videos, just little clips here and there. Yeah, that's how I started. I started with little clips too. Thanks for the likes, Tristan. I mean, yeah, you just got to start. Millie, what's up? Yeah, and then just do it because there's things you have to. I don't know. That's the thing. Like some people think you just got to hustle your way to like success or whatever you define success as, but really, when you find the thing that you're meant to do, which doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be like lucrative, but it can be sustaining enough. But once you find the thing that you're meant to do, it's not even like work, it's play. It's literally play. And this is like the advantage that people who love money have in business, because it's play to them. The game of money. That's why they call it a game. If you're not that type of person, then, you're kind of not really made for this stuff. But that's why I say, like, go find the thing that you're meant to do. And that's a hard search for a lot of people. I'm still trying to find mine. I think it involves content, but I think it might actually be manufacturing, building my own products and selling it to people. And I'm actually doing it now, which is crazy because I stumbled into this. It's crazy. If you're interested, these are the things I sell. Minimalist wallets. This is like 14 bills, 6 cards in a tiny package. Check it out. Links in the bio if you're interested. But whatever. It's crazy. I actually make these. I even built my own tools for it and stuff. 3 years, 11 subs. Not bad. I mean, like, it takes time. Yeah, it does take time. I'm making apple and banana bread. What should I put in right now? I think that's a weird combination for sure. I don't have any recommendations. Cinnamon. Put cinnamon in there. All right. What's up? How's everyone on TikTok doing? You guys getting what are people debating about on TikTok? Which is always what they're doing, man. It's just lazy content grifting. That's all it is. Damn, the whole microphone setup. Do you use it to masturbate? No, this is microphones going to YouTube and Twitch. This microphone here is what y'all are hearing. And no, I don't do debates. Debates are just, it's just grifting by both people in the debate. Because it doesn't convince anyone of anything. People are just arguing with each other and no one's convincing anyone of anything. Because if you've actually seen like a legitimate debate, there's a whole structure to it. There's time. Each one gives the other. There's points and counterpoints. They're writing down. Like, it's a legitimate thing. This yelling at each other, like making these stupid points, especially the religious stuff, is so stupid. It's so stupid. But people like it because they pick their sides and they're like, "Ooh, got him." And then what you also understand is that both sides think they won. They always do. And I I actually, I, I don't have to talk about it, but I've been in a situation where that was the case. On God, I got in a date in 3 days with this girl. I like, what advice you got for your youngin? Um, don't want it so badly. Don't want it so badly. If you're in that position, I don't know. I'm presuming here, but being desperate is never like be honest about your intentions is what I would recommend. This is what I've always been, but if you want it too badly, it shows. So, yo, Jose, what's up, man? Joke went over your head, coach. Mess. Yeah, joke did go over my head. Instant upgrade. Are you voting for the Black Nubian Queen? Is it official? Is it official? Is she really? It's funny because I was literally talking to, I guess, a Nubian queen today, a different one, and they don't even like her. They don't like her. She bad, though. I need it. No, don't do that. Don't be like that, bro. You got to be a little aloof if you're gonna be hollering at a chick. If you want it too badly, she's gonna, she's gonna. Here's the thing: there are some girls who are like really infatuated with you, and they would appreciate the same response, but that's very rare. It's like if you want it, it's weird how women can be sometimes. Like you want them too badly, and I don't play that game anymore. But I'm just saying, like if you're living definitely official. I don't know. Like I've been seeing some tweets where people are like, why don't you do a press conference? This is the type of thing you do a press conference for, not just like a tweet. And then I guess they released a letter. Say no. Now I don't know. I'm a little distrusting of you. Instant upgrade. So I'm just gonna like be careful what I say now. But yeah. I don't know if it's official. Official. We'll see. It might be a coup. Like that's what it might be not a coup in the sense of like military operation taking over the country kind of thing, but like his own administration is probably split, and they're like want him. Because here's the thing: like if you don't know, presidential staff typically what happens is the incoming there's usually some loyalty when it comes to if the incoming administration is the same party in the same party as the one leaving, they'll keep a lot of their staff members. If the party switches, everyone gets fired. Everyone gets fired. So really, it could just be job preservation. Because like if Trump wins, then he's replacing all of them because that's his right. It's his administration. He can hire whoever he wants. And so, like, if you remember, like when when Hillary Clinton lost, if you saw all the Obama staffers in the administration, they were crying. You know why they were crying? Not because of Trump, whatever, and all this stuff, and they believed all that stuff. These people in politics know that they're lying to the country. They're all liars on both sides. They were crying because they lost their jobs. They lost their jobs. Interview me for real? I mean, we could set something up one day for sure. And say anything. But yeah, Biden should have just stayed in hiding. Yeah, I mean, that's what he did in 2020 and it worked. So that probably would have been smart. Harris 2024. Oh, man, this is going to be interesting. People pivoting to the Harris thing. We don't have to talk politics, and I don't really care for it because it's just like it evolves into stupidity really fast. But if we can make jokes about it, I'm about that. So let's make jokes. What's up, Liam? How's it going? If you are a black woman, how do you feel about Kamala? Oh man, that'd be a funny post, a poll. Because I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Will she get the black vote? I don't know. Not that it matters, because I know black men aren't about the Democratic Party anymore. So there's this like gender split that's happening in as far as like politics goes. At least in the black community, I'm starting to see it. Because like all the people I grew up with who are like, F Trump, whatever. Now they're like, man, I mess with that dude. I'm like, yeah, where were you? Where were you in 2016 when I was getting all this smoke? Where were you? Like, it just like whatever. I don't care about politics means that you have immense unchecked privilege. No, that's not what it means. It means I was in it deep and I realized it leads to despair. And I don't want that for your life, bro. live beyond it. You can look at it, be entertained. I'm not gonna lie, it's very entertaining. Like I said before, it's better than House of Cards. Real politics, at least as soon as Trump entered the whole political space, it got better. It's way more entertaining than House of Cards, but you have to look a little deeper. You can't be watching the news. The news isn't giving you the story. You got to go to Twitter. You got to go to social media. You got to go to like forums, 4chan probably. Be careful if you're there, but you get to really see the palace intrigue. It's so entertaining. I'm just saying it leads to despair. Eventually it leads to despair. So like for your own mental, I say don't care so much. She's the Barack Obama to African American men. Ooh, yeah, that's a way to say that. I don't feel anything about her, honestly. Okay. Hey, what's up? What's up, Haley or Haley? No, it means you need to check your privilege. All right, bro. Whatever. What's your opinion on the Big Mike, aka Michelle Obama? Oh man, why do you guys give her so much smoke on this? I think it's kind of funny, but at the same time, I can see why Black Americans would feel some type of way about it, cause especially Black women, because it's like they've been getting, especially if you're darker skinned, Black woman, you already know the colorism's working against you, the race thing is working against you in terms of like attraction, and you know people want to be attractive to a lot of people, I guess. And so I understand why they're sensitive about it. And so if you understood, like they've been getting this their whole life, especially the dark skinned women. From even there's colorism within the Black community, so it's just like, man, why are you calling her a dude? Although Obama is a horn dog. He is. I don't know if you guys saw it. I think they took it off of YouTube, but like Obama showing off his whatever, his on a plane to reporters and stuff. Man, you can't trust that guy. Dog, when Obama was running, he was mixed candidate, but when he won, he was a Black president. Yeah. Trump might be the kind of gets the black card, kind of. He's been in so many rap songs. No one drops Obama in a verse, you know, but they'll drop Trump in a verse, or at least they did. They used to. What about Katie Johnson? That's the California congresswoman, right? Who was doing that OF stuff? Is that what it was? Katie Johnson. Is that what it was? I don't know. I no, maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. We're literally in the Manchurian candidate right now. Yeah, it's kind of crazy how like movies are like parallels to real life. They're just predictions. I was thinking about making a social media post where I was explaining like the pros and cons of AI and how like every movie regarding AI is just leads to doom and misery for humanity, and how it might actually be prophecy instead. But movies are weird. Learn more about U.S. elections, of course. Now we're talking politics, I guess. But read Jeffrey Epstein files. Trump is all over it. Yeah. All right. I know the relationship is whatever. It's like, I don't really need to get into it, but it's deeper than that. It's like, it's deeper than that. I feel like Israel's behind everything. I don't think so. You keep saying Katie Johnson, but like, could you explain? Did I get it right or wrong? Is it who is Katie Johnson? But is that your sister, Barbara? It's the same last name. Why would Israel be behind it? Like they got their own issues, man. They are. Who's Black? Jesus, I feel like no. Why? Why would they be behind it? Like, why? You are funny. Okay. Israel owns the U.S. I don't think so. Oh, okay, I get it. You got the Palestinian flag in your bio. Got it. Like, no, I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah, there's a lot of there's influence, but there's influence all over the place. I mean, in both directions. You don't want to talk about Katie Johnson. You keep saying that, but nobody knows who that is. Like, This is the problem. This is why I talk about like no politics, because this is what happens, man. This is what happens. I'm just like, we could be lively about this stuff. We don't have to get like choosing sides or whatever. Look, I told people, I've said this repeatedly, I'm not voting anymore. I can't vote anymore. It wouldn't be right to, considering the platform I have. I don't like even saying that. It sounds super cringe, but I mean, like, you can't be objective about anything as soon as you choose a side, despite people pretending that they can. And so I can't vote. Just morally, it wouldn't feel right. Everyone knows, and you do too. I don't. It sounds like the congresswoman from Orange County, though. It could be that. No, that's Katie Porter. Never mind. I don't know who you're talking about. So, but yeah, what else is going on, guys? This is a problem with like election year. Everyone's like stuck on this stuff. There's other things going on in the world. There's other things. We don't have to talk politics unless we're going to be talking about it in a funny and jovial way. If you guys want to just like debate back and forth, like this side's right, this side's wrong, whatever. It's just like, I can't offer you anything. I'm not in that game anymore. I never grifted on social media when it came to this stuff, even though I know I could. All right. You think these talking heads, these political talking heads on both sides of the aisle, either one of them are actually competent at what they're doing? None of them know any of this stuff deep enough to have but they have a large audience. But they're all just grifting. And you start realizing like all of it is just about attention and growing an audience. They're pretending to you and to themselves that they're winning hearts and minds when really they're just gaining followers. I don't know. That's all it is. And I never care to play that game, that sort of like pretend thing. All right. Thank you, Black Jesus. Thank you. South Sudan almost beating the dream team. Yes, that is a good conversation to have. Like, I saw that too. I was just like, wow, look at that. Africa up. um, so apparently One Piece is ending. I don't know. I never watched One Piece. I hear it's like one of the longest running animes ever, but yeah, South Sudan. How about that, guys? How about that? South Sudan. Let's go. I don't know anything about South Sudan, but the fact that they almost won, it's just like, wow, what's going on? Maybe South Sudan could really ball like that, or maybe just the U.S. isn't really trying. I don't know which one's which one it is. Maybe it's both. Can you cash at me $30? No. I tried that once with somebody and it was just a pain. So I have a rule. I just don't give money on social media like that. Rafif. I'm sorry. Superstars are overrated for sure. I think so. What's his name? The Lyle guy who's that sprinter who's like dissing on the NBA. He's like, how y'all world champions? You guys don't even play the world. What's his name? Lyle, I think. But yeah, it's hilarious. uh, I don't know either. I was robbed thousands of dollars at 7. I don't know what you're saying, Soul Market. Superstars, LeBron had to take over. Yeah, I mean, that's funny. That's really funny. What if they do get like a bronze or a silver again? It's just like, yeah, this is what happens. I think I don't know. You start realizing, I don't know if this is actually true, but I like to think it's true. But you start realizing like these sports leagues, once they've lost their way. It's not even about basketball anymore. It's about entertainment. And so like there's always these theories about, oh, they're just extending the finals and extending what do they call it? Dang, what's it called? Whatever. They're just extending the competition. They're extending the playoffs just for entertainment purposes, like this worship. It's idol worship is essentially what's happening in sports these days, which I guess has always been, but to the point where like the idol worship transcends actual merit. Like, it's like, are you guys really that good? Is LeBron really the king? And they call him a king too. It's crazy. It's like advertising and shoes. Yeah, that's all it is. I mean, I guess I used to watch the NBA occasionally, but I just after the pandemic stuff and they were like taking positions like, and then also when they got like really political or the social justice stuff, but then let's go play in China also, and I'm like, wow, you guys really do anything for a buck, huh? I'm out. So what's new in Europe? I think there was like the Euro League stuff. I guess I don't know. They really like football there, soccer there. Um, yeah, and so it's like I couldn't really watch. I'm just like whatever. You know, you could take a knee if you'd like, but like let's not pretend like you're gonna go and play in China and you're gonna talk about social justice here, really? Like I just, oh, you could talk, and then you start realizing people are bold and outspoken when it's safe things, when they're safe positions. Now it's safe to be a Trump supporter. It wasn't always, and it wasn't for a long time. Like the J6ers, obviously, they were literally imprisoned. Um, like 2016, a lot of people lost their jobs, a lot of people lost their livelihoods working or even supporting the Trump administration. A lot of people lost their friends and their family for taking that position because they saw something that the people around them didn't. This is why I have this no politics rule, because it gets people to do these radically crazy things that are completely irrational, like shunning your own family, getting divorces over politics. And then it turns out like, oh, maybe they were right, but no one has any memory. So, you know, these people who took these positions early paid a price. And then you start seeing the grifting today where now it's safe to be a Trump supporter. So now you see everyone coming out. Jamie Dimon's a Trump supporter now. He endorsed Trump. It's like, really, bro? Your whole life you've been donating to Democratic candidates your whole life, and now it's safe to be on the other side because they won't mess with your money anymore. And you're like, oh, okay. Everyone's like this. Even like the Patrick Bet Davids, the Candace Owens, the Daily Wire, the Ben Shapiro's, all of them. If you really want some really good takes on politics, that's also entertaining, isn't going to make you like miserable and angry and full of despair. Check out Hotep's Been Told You on YouTube. It's a show by Uncle Hotep and Hotep Jesus. I'm not a Hotep, but they have a really good show. They need an editor, man. They really need an editor, but it's such a good show because they break down politics, but then they give you this street take. It's just like, and Uncle Hotep is the type of black guy who's like early to all this stuff. I think he might have been the first black guy publicly wearing a MAGA hat on social media. And then Hotep Jesus is just like a really good grifter and a troll, but in that sort of like honest, I'm just playing the game and he's honest about it type of way. And so if you actually want something entertaining that's political, that isn't going to make you angry at the world, check out their show. It's definitely underrated. Like, heard of Eurovision? Yeah. I don't know. Is it going on right now? Like a big concert with some of the best singers in Europe. It's like, yeah, it's like American Idol, but the idols are countries or representatives of countries. I don't know. Europe is weird, man. I've been to Europe once. I did a Euro trip uh, just before the pandemic. And there's a lot of appeal. There's a lot of interesting, cool things about Europe. And then there's some weird things that I'm just like, yeah, I don't know. I don't necessarily. It's very un-American in a lot of ways, which is good and bad. Like I love the trains are awesome. Public transport is awesome in Europe. It's awesome. Like even the London Underground. Maybe people complain about it, but man, it's cleaner than the New York City subway. Um, Probably comparable to like the Chicago transportation system, but probably better because you can reach further outside around London. Germany's cool with the trains, pretty cool. Like the Hauptbahnhofs, that's cool. The Netherlands got stolen their win. How do you steal a win in a singing competition? Let me look this up. Netherlands Eurovision stolen. Why was Dutch Star expelled from Eurovision Song Contest? Why did the Netherlands get removed from Eurovision? The Dutch artist Joost Klein was disqualified from the grand final of this year's Eurovision contest following threatening behavior directed at a female member of the production crew. What does that mean? I don't know. That sucks, I guess. If you were gonna win, Joost Klein. Yeah, I don't know. Artists can be weird sometimes. They get really demanding. That's an interesting outfit, though. I don't know. What's going on, guys? We could talk about anything. Like, I think I got a little bit more in me. The reports asked the guy about his dead father, and he got mad and yelled at them. Oh, so the reporter crossed the line, and they're painting it like, like he. I don't know. See, this is what happens in news sometimes. Just like they get you to react, and then they'll write it however. Here's the thing: when it comes to fake news, so he got disqualified. Yeah. When it comes to fake news, you won't realize how fake the news really is until they're reporting on something about you or something you were a part of. And I have personal experience with this. I could tell you the whole story, but like, I even wrote a whole script. I haven't shot the video yet. It might be the perfect time to drop it, actually, because I was thinking like it's political, and I'm like, I'm trying not to do the political thing. So there's plenty of scripts I've written that just don't. I'm like, I don't know, but maybe I might have to just drop this to really explain to people like how fake the news really is. People have no clue, no clue. My dad even pointed this out to me once. Like he has some glimpses of how fake news is, because like I guess like during Clinton's time or whatever, they were talking about how like some mention about like Egypt or whatever and issues in the Middle East and Egypt. He's like, what are you talking about? Egypt's in Africa. Like, I was like, yeah, Egypt is not even in the Middle East, but you know. Like they'll report it as drama in the Middle East. It's just like, no, that's Africa. Like, whatever. News is fake. You can't believe anything you see, and they'll lie to you about what you're actually seeing. They say the job market's great, the economy's booming, yet people are struggling to find jobs. Like, yeah, miss us with that is what I would say. But whatever. What do you guys have in your minds? It's all good. It's all good. It is what it is. Euro Papa is the name of the song. I'm gonna check that out. I'm always looking for bangers. Euro Papa. Euro Papa. Anyone into Formula One? Or whatever. I don't know. All right. So we talked politics, unfortunately. Eurovision. What else you got, man? Soul Market. Anyone have anything on their mind? I think I've run out of topics. I mean, I could just go off on this. We could talk about product design. I recently just got a 3D printer, and I do highly recommend it because they're crazy how affordable 3D printers are right now. Like, you can make cool things like this. Like, it's a comb. And I printed this last night. Look at the detail on this. Look at the detail on a tiny printer, too. It doesn't take up much space on my table. And I remember when I first bought a 3D printer, it cost like $750 years ago to get a printer that could do details like this. Now, I bought this one for $200. And I'm already building tools like this to help like crimp these metal corners on these things. And it works really well already, so it's pretty cool. It makes fulfilling orders so much easier. So football season is coming, son? Okay. Metal printer. That would be cool to have one day. But I'm pretty sure those use lasers and they're really loud and big fans and stuff. But it'd be cool to have a workshop where it's like a prototyping and minimal viable product production center where initial sales can come from like handmade or like semi-manufactured, and then finally like building out the manufacturing process and building it out. Like right now I'm working on this audio device thing. I can't talk about it because I promised someone else isn't going to mention it anymore because it's not technically my idea. But if I can get that to work, that's also cool. And in the short term, the idea would be like building these by hand, just soldering them together. I think you don't have to design the whole circuit board. You just need to be able to build the circuit board that can put these large complete components together. So this is an ESP32 board. I have these other things that are complete mini boards, and then you just combine the mini boards together into this like bigger thing. I think it would be pretty cool. But yeah, I think it's starting to make more and more sense that might be my future, like actually creating things and then selling it directly to people. Is the goal to be on Shark Tank one day? Yeah, I'm not even considering that. I just like the idea that it's completely independent. Like I can design a product, build it, and then directly sell it to people, and it just works. That's what I'm doing with this. I don't care to be on Shark Tank. I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking about how can I make this financially work right now, selling directly to people like yourselves on social media or like through Facebook ads or whatever, with enough profit margin that it's sustainable, building the production process so I can actually make these at least in the near term by myself, so I don't have to worry about like employees and all that stuff right now. And then maybe scaling it up to a point where the production is so set and so efficient that I can actually hire people to do this and give jobs to like local community college students for the summer or something, or for the holiday season, and just pay them like $30 an hour to do this stuff. And then also like design and get artists to partner with so we can put their designs on wallet so you can actually have artwork in your pocket. I don't know. I'm just thinking like Shark Tank is too restrictive for my ideas, is what I'm saying. And eventually sell the company or product. Here's the thing with the wallet. I think eventually I have to sell to Ridge. I have to sell to Ridge wallets. Like in the near term, I kind of have to like, I don't know. It would be interesting to show demand. And right now I'm actually working on software right now to help me with the logistics part of selling these things, because I send them in envelopes. And if you've ever done e-commerce, like USPS ground shipping is at minimum $4. Sorry about that. But I figured out a way to add tracking information without it costing more than the cost of a stamp. And so I'm actually literally building the software portion of that, like dealing with APIs and USPS's software in their servers and pulling information from their automated machines and stuff. It's actually pretty cool. I really, some days I'm just like, why is this not working? I was literally like working on like trying to figure out scheduling on this server that has to basically renew these security tokens every 15 minutes. And for whatever reason, like when I put this library in there to actually do the scheduling, it's like not working as I was expecting. It's not following the time. And it turns out it's because I misunderstood it. I had the setting wrong, basically. I was thinking like you're just setting how to increment it. Instead, it's actually looking at the specific time. So you have to put the time in. And so I eventually figured it out. But, issues like that when it's just like you hit a roadblock and you're like, why is this not working? And then finally, when you do get it to work, you're just like a moment of triumph. I'm realizing, how people get super excited about sports when their team wins? That's essentially the feelings I get when when I overcome a hurdle that like that. Like I was working on the back end for the Shopify portion of the app, and for whatever reason it wasn't working. I spent like 2-3 days and I'm not getting the data I was expecting. And it turns out it's because of like order dates. Anything older than 60 days you can't pull any information from. And I had started this project like 3 months ago and put it down, and so essentially it was over 60 days, and then finally put a new order and everything works. I'm like, those days are frustrating when it's something so stupid. But other days when I actually overcome something or I learn something new, or I pull off something that actually works, those are days of and moments of triumph. And so when you do challenging things, you get to experience that. But then by doing challenging things, you get to have moments of hardship. So maybe the lesson here is you don't get to have moments of triumph without moments of hardship. And so, like, what kind of life do you want to live? Like this? Or a lot of highs and lows? I don't know. Like, I think the Raiders will have a good chance. Okay. Anonymous M is a good starter Vocaloid if you want to take a listen right now. I can't play it online, but Vocaloid. I'll write it down though. Vocaloid. Anonymous. I'll check it out. I recently stumbled on this guy, Tom Dooley, who does pretty good instrumentals. Or product. The employees will unionize against you, LOL. I don't know. I don't want to get big enough that a union can form. Like, not that I'm against unions. I'm okay with private sector unions. Private sector unions, yeah, there needs to be some balance between the owners of the company and the employees that work for them. Public sector unions are just, it's an incentives problem with private sector unions. The the employees care about themselves. The employer cares about itself, and there's this like nice dynamic that happens. It's not nice. There's a bit of conflict, but it's at least fair, because there's incentive. They're each pushing for their own sake. The problem with public sector unions, so we're talking like government workers or whatever, is like the government is negotiating with these public sector workers, and they're both dealing with your money, you, the taxpayer. And so neither of them have an incentive to preserve the person who pays for whatever deals that are happening, which is you, the taxpayer. And so the incentives are just completely wrong on those, because then you get situations where government workers have these like insane benefits, and then the government doesn't care. They just print more money. And so this is how you get an inflated economy. And so it's just like it doesn't make any sense. Public sector unions I'm not about. Private sector, if they want to come together, cool. Obviously employers, they want to union bust. I get it too, because it's like when you sell stuff, here's the thing, it depends on what's the motivation behind it. Because I wonder if like Costco, I wonder if Costco has unions. Is there a Costco union? Oh, have unions. Yes. All right. Some Costco warehouses are unionized with International Brotherhood of Teamsters. Okay, so some of them. Some stores, yeah. Okay. So, yeah. I mean, like, here's the thing. Like, I can also understand the other perspective from the employer, because you have to understand like there are constraints in this business. And yes, if we can offer more, we will. I mean, this is a benevolent company like a Costco that actually cares about like treating their employees well, really well, but then also offering customers really, really good deals and fixing their profit margin at 15% ish, which most businesses aren't. Most are interested in maximization, which is then obviously leads to exploitation without some sort of moral head of that company. So that's a really good. So that's gives some merit to private sector unions, because without a moral framework guiding the company, it will lead to exploitation of the workers and the customers and the suppliers. This is how you get Walmart. Like, this is how you get Walmart. They don't treat customers well. They don't treat their employees well ish. It depends, I guess, in certain towns, but the reputation is not there. They don't treat their suppliers well either. They're constantly trying to get. Amazon's also a good example of this. It might not seem like it, but if you've been on TikTok long enough, you can see enough stories of Amazon screwing over a lot of small businesses, competing with these small businesses once they get some traction, making these small businesses pay for reach when they will promote their own products basically for free. And so like pricing out this competition for the sake of the customer in the near term. I don't know. It's just like these terrible business practices that ruin small mom and pop shops who are really pushing the economy forward, at least in terms of innovation and stuff. Mart says cute. Okay. I say take your products overseas. Again, see, that's the thing. Like, I don't care to take it overseas, at least not now. Like, I'm still refining the product. I'm still refining it. And so, like, yeah, technically, I don't think it's the final version, the final Saiyan version of the product. It's up there. It's definitely, I think, the best wallet you can buy on the market at the most affordable price for the price. Because it has I'm doing technology focus, so it's not even like what all the other wallets are doing, or like RFID blocking. Yeah, that's there, but it has an NFC tag in here. I'm going to include shape memory metal, and I'm trying to figure out how to add magnets to it so you can put it on your refrigerator or like hang it on something metal or whatever. I think that would be really cool. And then I'm still thinking like, what other things could I do? Curry, nice to see you here again. What's up? Mikey Kane's coming in with the Japanese characters. Psalm 73:26. Let me look that up. I'm actually reading Psalms right now. I'm finding it hard to read because I'm not a poetry kind of guy. And so it's just like I'm reading it, but I'm not understanding it, So that would be an interesting conversation. My flesh and my heart may fail, but God is my strength. is, but God is the strength of my heart and my portion forever. That's the Niv version. Let me see if I can go to the Message instead. So this is, all right, it's longer. Psalm 73:26. You're all I want in heaven. You're all I want on earth. When my skin sags and my bones get brittle, God is rock firm and faithful. Look, those who left you are falling apart. Deserters, they'll never be heard from again. But in the very presence of God, oh, how refreshing it is. I've made Lord God my home. God, I'm telling the world what you do. That's a good one, Mikey. Thank you for that. Let's see. I'm going to go to sleep. Have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your stream. Thanks, man. Yeah, have a good night, man. And have a good week. Have a good week. How are you doing, Curried? How's summer school? Natty, what's up? It's 12:01 here. How are you still up? I guess, I don't know. It's Sunday. Maybe I should end too. I keep saying I'm going to do these streams more frequently, but like, is there a material for the wallet that's impenetrable? That's interesting. You could use Kevlar. I could use a Kevlar layer in there, but what functional purpose would it serve? Like, who's using this to stop bullets, you know? And I think it requires a layer, several layers of Kevlar. So I'm up just because I can be. Okay. Glad to have you here. Glad to have you here. But that is interesting. I would want to like be able to use any type of fabric. The goal eventually, like my long term, if I can pull this off, is like right now I use this ripstop material. It's kind of elegant. I like the pattern. It's sort of like it's enough for daily. It's elegant enough for daily, but also elegant enough to use with a suit or business casual or whatever. You could keep it in your front pocket. You could keep it side pocket, back pocket, front pocket. That's why I call it, the new name of it is the EP1. EP meaning every pocket. I don't mention that on the site, but that's the name I came up with. Add a lock device and a wallet locator. Wallet locator is interesting. I would have to like figure out how these Apple AirTags work and make it thin enough that it can work on this. I thought about adding magnets to the back too, so it can do the iPhone thing, but I don't know how useful that would be. But eventually I want it to be customizable. Right now, this is the standard version. You could choose the material you want, and all of them come with the gold corner, okay? And all of them come with the gold logo with the NFC tag behind it. So if you tap it to your phone, you can actually send contact information or LinkedIn or social media or whatever. I put that in there, and it's thin enough and it works, and there's still RFID blocking in here. Not that you need it, because I have a whole video that I'm preparing that maybe I can actually explain. It's kind of unnecessary because cards are already secure, but it's in there. So, but eventually I want to be able to let people customize it. So I have different types of hardware. I have silver, I have ace bronze on this one. It'd be cool to like 3D print and put magnets in there so you can like stick it to things. It'd be cool to like put designs on here. So like if I got a direct to film printer, it would be cool to partner with artists on Instagram or social media or YouTube channels or whatever who have really cool art that might make sense for a wallet. And then I could partner with them and it could be a collab. And it's just like a sort of table moments with like some artists on Instagram, and you can buy their art and it'll be a functional piece that's in your pocket, and it's made to order. So this is the thing. I want this to be made to order. This is the whole idea of like just-in-time manufacturing pioneered by Toyota. And that's literally how I make these. Orders come in and then I make them. I don't have inventory. And that allows me to be able to do things like customizations and stuff. So it'd be cool to do that and then maybe get into other types of products made for men. But yeah. What's up, Taste Lays? So, you know, I have ideas, and then eventually like build enough of a customer list and demand. Add a lock device and wallet locator. You can do both. Yeah. That's true. That's true. Eventually, I think I'm just going to have to sell it to Ridge long term. I prefer software. I prefer, like, yeah, some days I don't feel like making these wallets because, like, right now it's taking me about 30 minutes to make each one of these because I added a lot of features like these rigid corners in here. I have to actually put metal in here. It doesn't look like it, but it keeps it thin and rigid so it doesn't fold over which it had a problem of doing that. Um, but I don't know. Like I haven't locked in the design yet. That's the thing. So I like that it's still. I like the freedom it's given me right now to like still test and iterate, and then customers give me feedback for improvement, and then I try to incorporate it in the next design, and then eventually it'd be cool to like once I get it locked down and it's like a cool technology focused wallet, maybe selling it specifically to the tech industry or software or corporate as an item that they can give to their like swag, or maybe go the groomsman angle. You can get this as a gift for your groomsman at bulk discounts, all this stuff. Build that on all that. And it would be cool to hire people and give them jobs, well paying jobs where they can make these too. So yeah, it could be customizable and stock designs. Yeah. So I think this would eventually be like a stock design, the gold and the reds, all the golds. So right now I have 5 different colors of the fabric and they all have gold corners. It'd be cool, like, and then have like a customized version, like a Nike ID version, you know, that'd be really cool. And it's like, make it yours, make it yours. So yeah, it'd be cool to have both, and then probably charge a little more for the custom designs. Do something with the Tesla credit card key. Is that Bluetooth? Ooh, yeah. See, that would be really cool. I wonder if it is Bluetooth. Is the Tesla key Bluetooth? Yes. Uses Bluetooth to communicate with the car. Yeah. So it's a tap to thing. It's a tap thing. That would be really cool, actually. That'd be really cool. Yeah. But are there enough cars out here that use like some sort of key like that? That would be really cool. It's like everything's in your wallet. Because, I mean, it's precious. It has your money, it has your cards. You're probably going to care about it. It doesn't increase the size of your pocket. One of the marketing terms I was using is like even on the website where I use like, it's so thin, you'll forget it's in your pocket. Yeah, I don't like having these like pockets with like these bulges that look like a tumor's, that you have a tumor in your leg or something. I don't like that. But yeah, that's a really cool idea. Tesla credit card key. I wonder if it's like you could program. It'd be cool, like replace. Um, I'm gonna look into that. That would be cool. That would be a perfect market to sell this to, because you know they spent so much money on the cars. Because it's like about positioning. Your wallet is a lanyard. Yeah. Um, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, it'd be cool. It'd be cool. I mean, like the Tesla car right now is a phone unlock. So you walk up to the car. Yeah, you have the card too. But it would be cool if it was like a sticker so you could put it on the back of your wallet. So in case your phone dies, you have that in your wallet and it doesn't take any space. That's what I like about the NFC tag though. But yeah, wallet, it's cool. Getting orders and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So I appreciate anyone who's bought one. Don't feel pressure to buy one. Like, if you want it, let me know. I'll give you a discount code if you're interested. But yeah, it's cool. It's very cool. Like just making your own stuff. And I know wallets are not a good product to sell because men don't typically buy wallets. And they're usually gifted wallets and you only ever need one. So you don't get the repeat sales. So it's a harder way of doing business for sure. But if I can somehow make this sustainable. So the idea being is like, I put the NFC tag here, not only because of functionality, but because of virality. If people use it and actually start tapping their information to people's phones and stuff, then it spreads. People tell each other about it. A part of the reason why I include a $2 bill with every order, which is what I do, is again, the viral element, because you see a $2 bill, you're like, that's a cool thing. People just keep it. They don't spend it. They keep it. A $2 bill feels more than just the monetary value of $2. And so that's part of the strategy behind it. And I'm hoping once I reach a critical number of customers, some percentage of them will tell other people about it. And so sales will be coming in without ad spend, without me talking about it, because people will be telling each other about it. And if you can get that to happen in whatever you're selling, then that's what they call product market fit. At least the tech bros. where you can have net negative churn. But whatever. That's the idea behind it. I'm not there yet, but I think it'll work. I think it'll work. All right. But what do you guys have on your mind? What do you guys want to talk about? Or we could just all go to bed. Like, I've been on for an hour and 20 minutes, and I'm feeling it. Gnaw my hog for me, bro, and I'll buy you one. I'll buy one. I don't know what that means. Do another TikTok commercial. That was a TikTok commercial? What do you mean? Dang, I came here on. No, I mean, I can chill here. What do you got on your mind? Like, I don't have any more things. I mean, how's how you I guess how's the dating market been going for you? You know what? Sometimes I see in my notifications, like sometimes on occasion people DM me, like, or people leave in the comments of one of my videos where I talk about like introverted women. Like, yeah, you gotta put yourself out here. You gotta put yourself out here because it's hard to find y'all. It really is. And you know, it turns out women really appreciate some honesty. I just like, sorry. You did a product commercial long ago. I forget what it was. Oh yeah, the transparent wallet. Dude, I have so many ideas for videos. I haven't gotten around to shooting them. But yeah, I'm actually making a transparent version of this design right now. And I'm gonna make a whole video like, why would you want a transparent wallet? And then the second line would be like, apparently a lot of you didn't. 800,000 views and only 5 orders. But that's how this idea started. And now I've made several thousands of dollars selling this stuff. And sometimes you just got to start. And so it'd be an inspirational video about talking about how the first idea might not be it. But eventually you'll get there if you're willing to stick with it and look foolish. Because that's literally what I tried to sell. I tried to sell a transparent wallet, if you guys would believe it. That's what I did. And I got 5 people to buy it. Did you get I've been putting myself out there more. I've been getting ghosted a lot more. That happens in dating, unfortunately, but not take it too seriously. You know, it is what it is. It's probably a good thing. Look at it as a good thing. If you get ghosted, then they tell you who they are. Like, I don't know. Like, when I meet people, I have a bad habit of like not reaching out consistently, but I'll just reach out of the blue and I'm like, hey, you wanna meet up over some tea or coffee, actually? Because I've been meeting a lot of people from church. So I've been getting ghosted a lot more. When will it end? I don't know. If you just see it as, well, I don't know. I can't tell you. I'm not in the game anymore, so it sucks. But wait, ghosted via text or like ghosted in person where you show up and they don't even show up kind of thing? Because that'd be really hard to imagine if guys are at that point where they're actually like not showing up to the date or like to meet up via text. Oh, okay. Yeah, there's a saying, time kills all deals. Time kills all deals. So as soon as you guys start texting, man, it's crazy that guys are getting to the point where they're doing this. But like, if you try to make the meetup happen, if the vibe seems okay, find a Starbucks, meet up just as soon as possible, I'd say. Because like over time, people get distant. And I made an old post about this, like the halftime of a girl's interest is 48 hours. And beyond 48 hours, like the interest graph goes so low that it's not even worth pursuing anymore because she's not interested because you waited too long, fella. You waited too long. So time kills all deals. Kamala gonna make you popular? Oh, you're talking to Curry? Yeah. Oh man. Oh, I've been stood up a few times. Dang, that sucks. Yeah, it never feels. Yeah. Here's what because it's happened to me on occasion when I would like do the online dating thing. Like, I would bring a book. I'd bring a book when I go invite someone to get a cup of tea. I'd bring a book, and half the time I actually wanted them not to show up because it was a really good book. And so if you see it that way, it's just like, look, if they don't show up, you get to read and enjoy a cup of tea. If they do show up, you get to meet someone new. So you can't lose. And that's the way I framed it for me. So if you like reading or whatever, I'm going to try that, make you popular. Are you rich and successful? Um, I'm successful. LL. I'm rich in love. That's a great answer. That's a great answer, Curried. Hey, Casey, how's it going? Let's see. Travel my life. Okay. Um, yeah, the rich thing is a little weird. Yeah, the rich thing's a little weird. Rich in love is the right answer. Maybe they're intimidated by that. Oh no, 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 no. You're reading it wrong, dog. Like, yeah, that's not her. Like, I don't know if do you think guys would get intimidated? Like I don't know. You explain this, Creed, as a black woman who probably comes off as well educated. Do you think it might be an issue? Like the people you might run into? Oh look, my guy Black Jesus is running into the DMs here soon enough. What do guys get intimidated by? I don't know. I've never been in a position where I was just like, oh wow, this is a lot, or like overwhelmingly like impressed. I mean, not impressed, but like I've met people who are like, she's different. One in particular who's like, she's different, but not in that sort of like, oh, we can't see each other. It's just like it intrigued me. Um, but I can't speak for other guys though. I have met people who are just like red flags. Like you still continue with the date because you're just polite and you get to learn about somebody, whatever. But like some people are just like, yo. But that's a good question. What do you, Black Jesus, if you can answer that question, what do you guys get intimidated by? If Eritrean for me only, LOL. You're one of those purebloods? Okay. All right, bro. Good luck with that. I don't know. I mean, like, I've met enough Eritrean women. I've grown up around them. Good luck, bro. Oh wow. Yeah. That's I don't know. It's like, do you ask her if she knows how to make himbasha? How's her tea? Do you ask her to make you some shahi before you like really seal the deal? You want that sort of like pure that they know what it is like through and through. Like you smell her hands and they smell like berbere type of buna. Yeah. Oh man, if she doesn't know how to make you some boon, you ain't about it. Some boon or you ain't about it, bro. I'm that's a t-shirt. That's funny, dude. Yeah, man. I hope you get what you're looking for. Um, if you follow Table Moments, if you go to the Instagram, there's a handful of um, Eritrean women there. So maybe you can find one there through the Instagram for sure. And that's how people date these days, huh? I'm only son of family, so the pressure is there. Okay. Yeah. The familial pressure is there. All right. So is it something you want or is it something, it's just a cultural kind of duty thing? Because like, what do you really want? Are you really into white girls though? Oh, okay. Both. All right. That's fair. That's fair. Forget the pressure. Yeah. Yeah. I guess. I don't know. That's a funny thing because like I was never. Yeah, it's interesting. Um, but who knows? Who knows? That's cool. But yeah, it's hard out here, huh? Do you guys ask political questions? Do politics play a role in courtship? It used to. I remember like people actually asking like, "Did you vote for Trump?" And I was always honest. And I was like, "Yeah." And then they're like, "Oh, I can't really see you." I'm like, "Bye, Felicia." I'm really about that, bro. Like, I'm not gonna dismiss someone because of politics, but a lot of people did, and a lot of people might still, and it's crazy to me. I was pressured a while back to be in an arranged marriage. Oh yeah, yeah, that's definitely. Are you black and Indian? Fair life. What's up, man? No bio. If I remember correctly, she has some African in her, Muslim background. So, oh, it's Indian. Oh, okay, I got that wrong. My bad. Yes, I am. I'm not into politics, just the country. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I'm not into politics either. I've even gone beyond the whole like wanting a better country thing. The country deserves what it deserves. I'm at that point. Like the whole Christianity thing's kind of put everything in perspective for me. Where I'm like, you know what? All this worldly stuff does not matter. It doesn't matter at all. Like everyone gets so obsessed by this stuff that honestly, yeah, it's just crazy. It's crazy. So I'm like, yeah, it is what it is. Like that's why I like with the whole Trump thing and then barely missing his ear and everyone's like, oh, it's God intervening. I'm like, maybe, but a guy died also. So I don't know. Um, and so I don't know. Fernando. All right. Oh man, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. You guys got any last comments? I don't know if I have much more in me. Yeah, there's a lot of people saying that, like, because he turned his head at the last second and then the bullet hit his ear. A lot of people, yeah, it's definitely right wing circles who are like talking about that. Who are like that he looked at a sign the last second and could have, if it was like an inch, if he had kept his head in the same position, he wouldn't be here alive today. That's what I guess some people are concluding, and it's like, oh man, that's crazy how it could have been the fate of the free world rested on this guy turning his head slightly. And so, like, people are bringing the whole, like, oh, God intervened, and maybe, maybe not. Bro, he's beautiful, no diddy. Okay. So, yeah, it's crazy. People really, really milking this too. So, I don't know. I don't know. People are going to get really crazy. You think I don't know. I feel like things have been really crazy. I think they're going to get crazier because they always do. It makes for a better story. You know, Scott Adams, the, the Dalebert comic author, he's talking about how things always work out in whatever makes for the best story and how this whole Trump thing is like a three-part act. First one, he wins the election. Second, he loses an election, and then third, he comes back. But then there's all this like acceleration and drama that happens in the third act until it finally culminates in the final win and whatever, a happy ending, whatever, and stuff like that. It is interesting how things tend to follow whatever makes for the most interesting story. It's crazy. Like now we're dealing with this Kamala thing and Biden, and it's like, oh wow, it couldn't have just been easy, huh? It couldn't have just been, I don't know. Oh, this is only the beginning. Yeah, it feels like that could be the case. I don't care to be certain about any of this political stuff anymore. A lot of both sides want to say this is going to happen, this is going to happen, and you know, both sides like being certain gets you views, and being wrong is erased. And so that's the world we're living in, and so no one's accountable for their bad predictions anymore. So that's what we get. What we get. America has a time machine, yeah, or they have like the neuralizer, you know, like Men in Black has. Everyone just forgets. Everyone just forgets. There's some sort of neuralizer someone has that makes America forget things. The things that it used to say, the things that it used to believe, the way people were. People forget how they were. Quick question: is Sunday the official night? Yeah, I was on late though. Like I went, I took a nap and it was longer than I expected. But Sunday is the official night. I think maybe I should just set it as a calendar appointment, like 7 p.m. Central, which would be 8 p.m. your time. I think would be probably ideal. I remember you were on Wednesdays. I went to yeah. So like I should be doing those extra days. I've just been focused on other stuff, but I will be doing extra days. Oh, you're Central too? Oh, okay. Like I'm getting a lot of things wrong about you right now. My bad. But yeah. So I think 7 p.m. Central. NOLA. Okay. Yeah. I'll do it occasionally on other days too, as I'm up to it. And I keep saying it every week, but I don't know. I just have to commit. When am I going to make the commitment? Maybe it'd just be easier if I commit every day I'm going to go live, which would be really hard. That's exhausting. But maybe if I keep it short, but I don't know. Like, if there's going to be another day, it'll probably be a Wednesday. But Sunday is the official day. It's God's day. Yeah. And I'll try to do it earlier. 7 p.m. Central Time is I'll target for. I'll actually, you know what? Screw it. I'm making the calendar appointment now. Sometimes you just got to do it when the iron's hot. Um, let's see. All day repeats weekly on Sunday. Find a time. Let's do, no, 7 p.m., not 7 a.m. Table Moments Live. 7 p.m. to, let's make it a 2-hour show. Yeah. Actually, I should probably set it to 6:30 so I have some time to prepare. 6:30. And official will be 7 p.m. I'll be on. Yeah. Save. Boom. Every Sunday now. Let's go. Oil up, Unc. No. Great. That makes it school night friendly. Awesome. Yeah, that's a Sunday nights Table Moments Live with your boy Ayman and Curry when we get to have her here. And school night compatible. Enough. It's a great way to end the week because I like to end on some positivity. So that's cool. Yeah. All right. It is pretty late though. Everyone get some rest. Enjoy summer school, Curry. Where's your bro and sis? They're not a part of this anymore, unfortunately. You mean like as part of the podcast, or you mean just like physically in the world? They're good. They're good. And I have 2 brothers, 1 sister. My sister's actually been helping me with like the website design and stuff. So definitely improved the conversion rate for sure. So I appreciate that. And I might be able to funnel her some additional work in the future. But yeah, good night, everyone. Curried, good night. Black Jesus, whatever you're, I think I'm just going to call you BJ. No, BJ sounds bad. Black Jesus. And Nilla, of course, enters the last minute. It was just, that's crazy. Ending right now. I appreciate everyone. And talk to you guys possibly Wednesdays, but definitely Sundays at 7 p.m. Central Time, which is 8 p.m. East Coast and 5 p.m. Pacific. All right. Everyone have a blessed week. All right. Trust in the Lord to help guide you. Follow God and seek peace and righteousness. I was supposed to marry your sister, LOL. Okay. Yeah, all right. That's interesting. I'll run it by her. Or maybe, yeah, I'll run it by her. All right. Oh, dang. Hayden just joined. All right, everyone. Have a good night. Have a good night. Bye. 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 Salute. Bye. Let's end here on YouTube. Thank you for those of you watching on YouTube. Let's see. 1 on Twitch, 1 on YouTube. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you guys next week, possibly earlier in the week. Who knows? But definitely Sunday, 7 p.m. Central Time. Let's end that stream here. Bye, guys. And bye to you guys on TikTok.